This is what I'm thinking as I behold the beautiful morning skies. Lay on my bed with eyes shut but ears inclined. I hear the praises of God's creations. The ability to emerge from peaceful rest, fully aware is clear revelation. I am experiencing what was once imagination of the Most High God. Variations of colors, creatures and textures prove that He ain't no fraud. I join the creatures and give a high note of praise. Thank God for life. Thank God for life. No creation had a choice to be. 'Twas decided by its creator, with purpose intended to be fulfilled. You are here by way of the maker. The book of Genesis states that we were made in His own image and His likeness. That alone explains we should demonstrate greatness, love, peace, joy, and righteousness. Yet still some people living their life all out. I am judging, but yet to say, no man is perfect, but God observing. So prepare for judgment day. Best believe one day you and I will be absent from the physical life. So while you can join me, give God thanks, lift your hands to the sky and say, thank God for life. Thank God for life. Rhythm of life, waves of time, wind of changes. We not here full time. We got to pay the wages someday, sometime. So while we living and celebrating, don't neglect to praise the King. Thank God for life. Thank God for life. One day I will not be able to open these pretty eyes. This is what I'm thinking as I behold the beautiful morning skies. Lay on my bed with eyes shut but ears inclined. I hear the praises of God's creations. The ability to emerge from peaceful rest, fully aware is clear revelation. I am experiencing what was once imagination of the Most High God. Variations of colors, creatures and textures prove that ain't no fraud. I can sit here and feel, move my limbs, evidence that I am alive. So when I wake on mornings, I join the creatures and give a high note of praise. Thank God for life. Thank God for life. I choose to thank God for life. Don't be ungrateful, thank God for life. it and thank God for life. If we pray and thank God for life.
Them a never come see, and them a Friday, no Friday, them a never come. Never come see, them a never come see, and them a Friday, no Friday, them a never come see. I take your man, don't be the buy your man. Oh, you a going so, don't be the buy your man. You a pass like you no see me, don't be the buy your man. Do you buy a new car, don't be the buy your man.
Don't give a lot of money if you know say in my mama man. Don't give a lot of money if you know say in my body man. Don't give a lot of money if you know say in my mama man. Don't give a lot of money if you know say in my body man. It's not right, it is wrong. A man a push his penis in a sun. It's no care guy, no care man. So what? Send for the Madiga Magnum fish on party stop motion. Whoa, gunshot is the solution. Did the one with current AIDS in our island. No homosexual, my friend, no mama man. Come go, see woman there, no put on the wall. So
it's growing. Oh, love inside of me. Oh, it is showing. Shining so bright, it's growing. This love of mine, yes, it is showing. Just can't hide
inside of me. Yes, I can feel you moving away, baby. I can feel you moving away from me more every day. Yeah. Nothing I turn, nothing I run. Down in the ghetto where them call the slum. Nothing I turn, nothing I run. Who will stop the youth them from living by the gun? The more the time get rough, is the more the youths them get tough. Fighting for survival, but some end up to be a criminal.
She called my name from coast to coast, telling people how she needs me the most. Whenever she passes by, she always finds herself with another guy. She even go as far to say that I'm her superstar. But girl, oh girl, I'm not a substitute lover. Oh no. Oh girl, don't take me for no substitute lover. Oh no. Yeah.
I did not see what I was supposed to see. Taking it easy when a friend told me I was in danger. So much danger. Underestimating my woman, not taking her out. Working too hard and now she's gone off with a stranger. Someone I don't even know. I should have taken her out every once in a while. Dinner together on the fancy style. Show her a life that's all worthwhile. Now I guess I gotta walk an extra mile. I could beat myself.
I sing glory, glory, hallelujah. Got to give thanks and praise unto the Father. A long time I man walk this little daughter. She loves me now. Woo, she loves me now. She loves me now. Woo, she loves me now. daughter, me talk to the mother and the father. Send love letters with the brothers and sisters. Them a talk how I can get the daughter. But see, they know one naughty dreadlocks take over.
The very first time that I saw your brown eye, your lips had held and I said hi. I knew right there you were the one. But I was caught up in physical attraction. But to my satisfaction, baby, you're more than just a friend. And if I am in love again, I will be sure that the lady is a friend. And if I am in love so true, I will be sure that the lady's just like you. Should I even listen? Should I even try? We'll just be hearing the same old lies. Oh, yeah. Say it doesn't matter what you do to yourself, 'cause our whole relationship is built on one love. You say things aren't the way they seem, but still you won't come sleep with me.
Every day I love her just a little bit more, little bit more, little bit more. Every day I love her just a little bit more, and she loves me the same. Yes, she loves me the same. 'Cause my love, it's her love, and her love is my love. Yes, she gives me loving at the right time, daytime, nighttime.
It doesn't really matter too much to me. Oh, she was too goddamn old for me. But all that really matters is that you're my girlfriend. And baby, that's all that matters to me. Oh, babe, let me love you down. It's gonna be so nice. Let me love you down. It's gonna be so nice. Oh. Don't go, don't go. Please stay. Now that I've lost everything to you, you say you wanna start something new, and it's breaking my heart you leaving. Baby, I'm grieving, but I wanna leave. Take good care. You find a lot of nice things to wear, but then a lot of nice things turn bad out there. Oh, baby, it's a wide world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile, girl. Oh, baby, it's a wide world. I'll always remember you like a child, girl.
Oh,
See you later.
Well, you in fine form this morning.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay,
Yes,
good
I am.
morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. How y'all doing? This is the People's Chat Room, and we are live on iTunes Radio with rebroadcast on Soca Passion TX this evening from 6 to 8 p.m. and tomorrow on Island Beach Radio from 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. So Code.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Go on. Where's all the good?
Everything good. Everything good. Everything is as.
Cook and curry?
Everything is good. I have absolutely nothing in this world to complain about.
Well, that's a good thing.
No, really and truly.
No.
No,
I'm
seriously.
not making fun of you.
No,
That's
yeah.
a good thing.
I know, and I'm saying it, it's resonating in my soul. I have nothing to complain about.
Yeah, you're not being bummed out in Ukraine. You're not hungry.
I mean,
you're
I'm not
destitute.
hungry. Exactly.
I
I have my life, my wife, my children, my friends, my haters, my loved ones, my music.
Your haters.
And I pray for them too, You gotta pray for them.
You gotta pray for them.
And I pray for them too.
Before we continue, I just want to say hello to Dr. Lane Rollin. He's checking us out on Facebook feed. Miss Mia Allman, how you doing, darling?
Yeah.
Chicky Finger Wagwan. And to
Chicky.
all our listeners on iTunes Radio, thank you so much for tuning in with us this morning. We got a packed show.
Yes, we do.
That is once everybody calls in.
I think we're blocked. Facebook people, I think we're blocked.
because you went with
I went,
would you be mine? You just
yeah. I'm gonna continue going any which way. I don't care.
But anyhow, so we are live streaming on a YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. We also live streaming on the peoplechatroom.com and Facebook blocked us temporarily. It's not a total block.
It's not.
Because
we have a website. We have our own website. We have our own website.
Well, but they do block us for a couple seconds.
Oh, no, even on our website?
No, not on our website. Come on now. Yeah. So, let's see. Who are the guests today?
We have...
Miss Sandra Fatmi is supposed to call in around 20 after. She's wrapping up a campaign that was going on earlier today. She's running for District 2, which is your Popka, Pine Hills, that location.
Central Florida. Let's just say, we got there. We all over the place, and you're giving directions to people who know where we are.
That's true. And this campaign is important because the Republican challenger, she's full of it. She don't particularly like black people. She tolerates us. And I don't know if you all realize what's going on yet, but we, people of color, we need to wake up, please. And around 12:45, we're going to have our contributor, Mr. Kevin Amoroso, and we will be wrapping it up with a special guest. I knew him back in the day, but as you get older, you realize how special people are.
All right.
Arranger, Mr. Leston Paul. And when I was doing my research last night, it's a good thing you asked that question, because that question prompted me to do some research.
Okay.
And when I was doing my research last night, and I saw the partial list that I could make out of who Leston has arranged for. He was responsible he arranged Too Young to Soca, which was the song that brought Marshall Montano
to the forefront.
To the forefront. And the list continues. It's a long list. We are able to play some of that music today. And we'll be talking to the man himself, Mr. Leston Paul, at 1:15. So in the meantime, y'all, let's just enjoy the show. And we'll, let's just have some fun.
Have some fun?
It's a beautiful day. Don't overdo it, all right? And I asked you for mashup. I tell you, I had that song resonating in my head. So I hope that's one of the songs you're going to drop right now because we lost blacks last week.
No, it's not one of the songs I'm going to drop.
Okay, but we still continuing to pay tribute to blacks.
Indeed.
I don't know what the Soca community or us, I don't know what we're going to do for 2022 and onwards. Mashup was already for 2022, but according to what somebody say, you know how sometimes a lot of these singers, they have music that they haven't dropped yet?
Correct.
So I sure hope they have something to drop for next year, please God, that wasn't released yet,
To honor him.
Yeah. That's when he might get Monarch post.
So they go find it posthumously or something?
Thank you.
They get him on the flowers and he can't smell it.
Right.
I'm just a stranger in a crowded place. We are the cooler and we get hoping to find someone with a familiar face so we could fit and celebrate. This is not the time to be alone. This is
so nice, they gotta do it twice, yeah.
I'm just a stranger in a crowded place. We are the cooler and we did hoping to find someone with a familiar face so we could fit and celebrate. This is not the time to be alone. This is the time to wind on a bumper. So let's be amazing, be amazing. But look here in the way we get from riding. I want you to charm on somebody now, hold on somebody now, keep them company. I want you to charm on somebody now, hold on somebody now, make them your family. Together we mash up the place around.
Code Red.
Just remind me of the spread your hands and let go. It's the same kind of sweetness.
I'm just a stranger in a crowded place. We are the cooler and we did hoping to find someone with a familiar face so we could fit and celebrate. This is not the time to be alone.
DJ Code Red on the ones and twos and like he gone crazy this morning. But it's all good because we loving our money. Yeah man, wicked.
All who did not know me when not done, they gon' know the name. Million people coming down, dancing to a song. Love is life and life is love. Blessings from above. Can you feel the love that's in the air? When you feel it, baby, you say dancing, moving everywhere. If you feel it, baby, you say na 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 na, hey na 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 na.
I'm so grateful.
Voicey.
I could never give it up.
The Voicey.
You see that trust in there? Keep that. You see that curtain there? Keep that. You don't need your fancy stage, brother. Once I train you, reach in your vertices. Once I train you, reach in your vertices.
Keep that. Keep that.
Hands in the sky, we
Keep
bring
that.
vibes. They can't deny we
Keep
bring
that.
the vibes.
All the time, every time.
And I don't mean to be bossy, but
They can party like we.
one from one forgot there, but for sure I Trinidad.
They can party like we.
You don't need your fancy stage, brother. Once I Trinidad, reach in your vertices. Nice days. Boy, boy. Hands in the sky, we bring the vibes. Once we reach in your vertices. Nice days. Yeah, boy, boy. They can't deny we bring the vibes.
Because what don't kill you should make you
The
stronger.
Hulk of Soca, the man himself black.
Steroids,
It's when you lose
I
something,
get
it's
my
when you miss it
doses
more.
from all kinds of sources. I don't know them still can't kill me now. You see, as them sink me on the high flow, ride out the storm, them just like a boat. So as the box me down, so I get up. They have to wonder how others get up. And every crack I see, I just see through. And by the help of God, others get through. I just want stop. I feel like home. Move any mountain, I trample any building like Hulk. Man better than monster. Dismantle any structure, boy. Trample them, trample them, trample them, trample them. Rip up my shot and bust up my cheese and step on my problems. Then what we gonna do? Trample them, trample them, trample them. Kick out my problems, kick out my problems.
Somebody tell me, oh, how me need of an answer. I can't take the pressure. Somebody save me, oh, save me from myself now. Cause once it I've fed and liquor, I just feel I could do what I want, where I want, and just how I want it. All on top the speaker jumping, I see by this thing when I'm bumping, yeah. Boss man say I ain't working, wifey tell me I haul him. I say any problem, say one check me in the morning. Cause right now I want to enjoy my life, yeah. Don't come here to destroy my vibe, no. Right now I want to enjoy my life, yeah. Don't come here to destroy my vibe, no. Oh no, every girl when I go down there, all woman when I reach out there. Next year I promise to it, so I'm jamming bumpers for jamming safe. Every girl when I go down there, all woman when I reach out there. Jamming bumpers for jamming safe, for jamming safe, for jamming safe. Somebody help me, oh, help me keep a balance, so I don't hurt my loved ones, no. Somebody guide me, oh, I just wanna have fun, but as I start to drink rum, hold on, I just feel I could do what I want, where I want, and just how I want it. Can't control myself when I jump in. I see by this thing when I'm bumping, yeah. Boss man say that is it. Wifey say ouch. I say any problem, check me tomorrow at 6. But right now I want to enjoy my life, yeah. Don't come here to destroy my vibe, no. Right now I want to enjoy my life, yeah. Don't come here to destroy my vibe.
Well, go on. Where's he at? Oh, okay.
Morning.
I got so many cameras to look at right now. I get confused, my brother. Oh Lord. Okay, what go on, man? I'm trying to make edits and all. Work is good. Work is good.
Work is good. Work is good. Work is good.
Working more good. I got a question for you guys early this morning. I need help. I need help. I'm having some trouble.
With what?
I'm having some trouble deciding what I could do, right? And I decided, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna start asking people, if you were in my situation, what would you do?
Okay.
Right? You know, like so many times, you ever had this discussion? If I had $1 million, what would you do?
Man, yeah.
What would you do?
And then I immediately tossed it out because I'm like,
it's
damn.
crazy. It's like, you ask yourself, like, yo, what if I had this? What would you do? So here's a scenario.
All right.
We listening.
What if you had $200,000 right now?
Okay.
Right? You have $200,000 right now. You had 700 plus credit score. Right? What would you do?
Oh, jeez.
Unfortunately, I'm still trying to.
Okay. I can answer that question.
Look,
I can answer.
I got my book. I got my book. I got my pencil. Listen, $200,000 in the bank and a 700 plus credit score.
700 plus.
What would you do right now?
Immediately, well, I have to get out of that mindset that I would try to pay down on some existing bills and then hopefully invest the rest.
We're not paying bills at all.
You're not paying no bills? Okay, all right.
I'm going to buy my dream house.
Invest, period. How would you invest?
I would, I would buy a house that I really, really love, but not pay off for it totally. Oh gosh, he said, what would I do?
I buy
Leave
an
me
apartment.
alone.
I buy an apartment building.
Oh yeah,
you buy an apartment building?
Yeah, because that generates income.
Just
that's
one
a good
apartment building?
One, yeah, you can start with one and use the income. Wait.
I can buy more than one.
Wait. You realize that I'm stealing what you were gonna do, right?
No problem.
Okay, so I'm stealing what he's gonna do.
No problem.
We'll buy an apartment complex.
How many doors? How many doors do you think you can buy? You'll buy.
At least pay down on 4 doors.
About 4. So a quadruplex.
Quadruplex.
I like that. I like what you're
not
gonna
a duplex.
do.
You wouldn't do a duplex.
Could always do the duplex after.
But why I can't quadruple instead of? I could quadruple instead of double. I can quadruple.
Okay, so
I mean,
you're getting some good ideas, right?
I mean,
is insurance different? Is insurance different for a quadruplex than a duplex?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, we're not holding any real estate for more than about a year and a half.
Okay. So that means you're going to sell off somewhere along there?
Oh yeah, always buying, doing whatever and getting.
Man, this is hard.
You know why it's hard? Because what he's asking us to do is something that, 1, we've never thought of, 2, we've never been taught or educated on doing, 3 is being coming out of our comfort zone.
Well,
we've
let
always
me say,
been taught.
you said we've never thought of. I disagree. A lot of people think about that, but as soon as that thought pops into their head, they immediately dissolve it because they tell themselves, that is not going to happen, so why kid myself?
That's a lie.
A lot of people are like that.
But the thing is, you remember, so I asked you that question because we talk about having these things.
Hi, Judy. Okay, sorry.
We talk about having these things. We talk about having like access to that. And when it comes, we don't have a plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like we don't have a plan. We have some sort of measure of a plan, but we don't know how to put it forward. Right?
Implement it.
And that kind of almost happened to me this week.
For real?
Right? Because I kind of get into this mindset of one right after the next, one right after the next, one right after the next, bang. We're putting the next one right after the next. And then it was like, yo, here you go. Here's this. What would you do? And then I sat back and scratched my head for a second, like, damn. And then I said, you know what? Somebody did say, yeah, buy a house. Somebody did say buy an apartment.
He said buy an apartment, and I said buy a house, and then his own made a whole lot more sense. So I jumped ship. And
so why not buy one house? Why not buy one apartment? And then why not buy something to build a house or apartment?
I like the last one too.
all at the same time.
With $200,000, but you got that good credit score that going for you. So yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know what?
Leveraging
You know
money
what?
in all three
You
different.
know what, Kay? That makes some people nervous because you start getting anxious immediately as to, oh my goodness, am I overwhelming myself? You know, after the initial implementing the initial venture, you're like,
Yes.
okay, how can I maintain this? Well, and then you got to tell yourself, okay, well, with the apartment complex, right now, rental income is like really skyrocketing because a lot of people finding it difficult to find affordable places to rent because there is no cap on the market. So there's the maintenance right there, right?
Yeah, I mean, you listen. There's so many different ways to think about what you can do with what you have, right? And I think what it kind of breaks down to is really just having a plan.
Yeah.
Having a plan, and
Having a plan.
like I told someone just this past week, is like you said it too. What's your tolerance level for doing something like that? What's your tolerance level for becoming a landlord? Because people talk about, yeah, I'll buy a duplex and live on one side and rent out the other side. But do you really have a tolerance level to become a landlord? Some people don't even have a tolerance level to even own our own home.
Yes,
Facts.
that's
I
true.
learned that this week big time. I learned that big time this week talking to somebody who's paying $2,000 a month in rent.
What?
Listen, $2,000 a month
You
in rent.
are
Great
crazy.
credit. Great credit, and has a VA home loan that they haven't used since they got out of the military, and they got out of
That's
the military
bullshit.
like 20 years
Excuse
ago.
my language.
And they're happy
Right?
with that.
Think about this for a second. So the tolerance level of actually home ownership is painful because their pushback was, I have to maintain an AC unit. I got to maintain to make sure if the roof is all right. I have to maintain insurance. I got to maintain this. You know, I got to pay taxes every year. You know, and if I get into an HOA community, I got to worry about the HOAs or
They
whatever.
are
He was like, well, I
overthinking.
can just pay my rent and go about my business and know how to worry about none of that stuff.
They are overthinking in a major way because I mean, with a roof, you only have to change your roof every 10 years or when you get hit by a hurricane.
15, 20
So
years.
so you have all those years as a down time. That person is taking overthinking to another level.
Risk. So the reason why I asked that question at the top was to kind of evaluate risk, right? To kind of evaluate risk, because initially I was like, you know what, yeah, with the 200,000 you can invest it in one project, and then eventually I was like, you know what, look, we could invest this in 3 projects and keep 3 projects going consistently.
True.
You know, because
Especially
a good friend of mine from Toronto, he kind of talks to me about how efficient are you in everything that you do. Like every deal is like there a certain level of efficiency that you try to maximize to get the most out of whatever it is that you're doing. So, you know, all of the stuff that we're talking about is like, how do you maximize what you have? How do you maximize the position that you're in? How do you leverage not only your credit, your bank account, your knowledge? How do you leverage anything?
But I gotta say this: with people like that guy who's willing to pay $2,000 a month, you could have a rental income easy and make money off of people like that, because he's quite comfortable
But listen,
paying
we
$2,000.
talked about even putting them into a duplex, right? We talked about putting them into a duplex, and then somebody said to him, "Well, are you ready to be a landlord?" He was like, "Yeah." So then they said to him, "Well, what if they wake up at 2:00 in the morning and something is going on and you got to deal with them phone calls? You got to deal with if something breaks down." He's like, "Oh, well, I'll just hire a property manager."
This is someone you actually know.
Yeah. No,
This
you
man
laughing.
is a danger to
You laughing,
himself.
but listen, this is how.
The problem that I'm having is that he doesn't have people who encourage him. There's always good and bad.
He
There's
doesn't
always
trust
negative.
his own self.
It's not a question. Well, one, that's true. But instead of us as individuals, yes, you have to give people the good and the bad. But you also have to encourage them when you give them the bad. Don't just say, "Oh, what's gonna happen?" 2:00 in the morning, and you're deterring this person from improving.
Yeah, getting the duplex.
But that's
we figured
realistic
it out,
thinking. Y'all figured it out.
We figured it out though. We figured it out. We're gonna put him into a brand new home, and every 4 years, we're gonna look to move. Period. Serious. Every 4 to 5 years, we're gonna move him.
He gonna move.
Yeah.
You make money?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Serious. I'm telling you.
I'm just a little bit curious. How old is he? Like mid-50s?
Late 40s.
He's young.
Late 40s.
He's young.
He's like 40. I want to say like 48.
That's young. Yeah.
He's like 48. Thank goodness he doesn't have Facebook or he doesn't listen to it.
You never know. Somebody might tell him something.
Never know. But listen, I mean, nobody.
But we're using him as a teaching moment.
At the end of the day.
Teaching moment.
It goes to show, we had a good laugh about it at the end of the day. But man, we're gonna be doing, and look out for this, Lima. We're gonna be doing I don't even want to call it a workshop. We're gonna be doing like a family day session, where we're gonna be talking to veterans, people who have VA home loans, people who qualify for VA home loans. And I'm going to talk to them and teach them some tips and tricks about, some of the things that you should know about using your VA home loan. Because, like, really and truly, that little VA home loan policy is a ticket to becoming a millionaire in the United States. We just don't know it. That VA home loan certificate.
There are a lot of people like him.
There's a ticket for young individuals who have it to become millionaires, big time. So look out for that. We're going to be doing that.
Definitely.
But Lima, managing risk.
I love the topic today, and I appreciate what you brought, because he might be the one that we talked about, but there's a whole lot of people that are thinking like that. I appreciate that. Thanks, Kay. We want to do an on location in June. You will know way ahead, so if you can possibly come up or come by, I would really appreciate it to be in house.
Yeah, big time. Cool. You guys keep doing a great job. I appreciate y'all for everything y'all do, and thanks.
You're welcome. We appreciate you, my brother. You take it easy, all right?
You guys have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Dakari Daniel, I want to jack you up really, really bad. I love you, but I want to jack you up really, really bad. But I'm not going to say anything else. Hi, Judy. J. Mark, how you say? Judy, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, so I'll just say J. Yeah. So that was some really good information from our contributor, Mr. Kevin Amoroso. Please take that, marinate on that, and if you have a VA, not a VA, the VA ticket.
VA loan.
The VA ticket, please contact Kevin at 407-780-3338 so he could help you get to that next stage, help you get to that next level. This particular segment is being brought to you by Slade Statements. Welcome to Slade Statements. Yeah, man.
Hope you're there filled with gratitude. Oh,
me stay humble as ever.
So very grateful for life. They come take the shirt off my back. I have life, yes, I have life. And if this all and my shoes back up, I breathe and find grateful for life.
I'm grateful for life, grateful for life. Hands them walking, I feel alive. Foot them walking, I feel alive. Everything walking, I feel alive. And I'm grateful.
say hi to all our DJs. Let's start off with the DJs from the People's Chat Room. Of course, to my right, no, your right, my left. DJ Code Red, DJ Militia, Boom Champion, Kevorkian, and Professor GT. Did I say Militia? I said Militia, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure because I don't want to leave anybody out. You know, I'm really big on that. Oh, I just left myself out. I'm a DJ. Yes, I am. You know. Yeah. I am a DJ. I can't do the turntable thing, but I'm a DJ. So, and on iTunes Radio, we've got Mike, DJ Zaya, Super. That guy started back doing his show yesterday, Lockdown. He went back in, and he was just out of control yesterday. DJ Rockshan, Sing. Who did I forget? DJ Professor TNT, Trayon Clark. I think I have everybody. If I forgot you, DJ Militia. You know, he's doing double duty. And now let's get to Soca Passion DJs. We got Code Red, Kevorkian,
Mecca Rose, Kingston Live.
You having a break
Pilau,
for
man, yeah, boy.
Pilau,
yeah,
man?
he love Pilau.
He love Pilau.
DJ Wally, Sting.
He love Pilau.
He love Pilau. He calling me Pilau, man.
That's hilarious. Tricky Finger, well gone, my brother. The Carrie, Lady Mia, and of course Judy. Listen, we're going to tell you all about the Claremont Juke Festival in a minute. In the meantime, let's just keep jamming some music as we get ready for Mr. Leston Paul, 1:15.
Never ever change. I'm at a happy place. Everywhere I go, I'm at a happy place. Never ever change. I'm at a happy place. Everywhere I go, I'm at a happy place. Turn up the fed till it turn over. DJ run it again. Yeah. I turn up the fed till it turn over. I turn up the fed till it turn over. Boy, I just wanna get this feeling, ole. I just wanna drink and party, ole. Promoter, boy, give a little money to the club owner. Hey, I just wanna get this feeling, ole. I just wanna drink and party, ole. All I want is a little more fete with you. All I want is a take a little drink with you. All I want is a little more fete with you. All I want. Tell me the party over, oh no. Oh Lord. Oh no. Oh Lord. Oh no. I turn up the fete till it turn over. I turn up the fete till it turn over. Boy, I just wanna get this feeling, ole. Just wanna drink and party, ole. Yeah. Give a little money to the promoter. Boy, give a little money to the club owner. Hey, I just wanna get this feeling, ole. Yeah. I just wanna drink and party, ole. Fekka over. Fekka over. Fekka over. Fekka over. Fekka over, fekka over, fekka over, fekka over.
So we got some grandpa duties going on right now. Rose, hi sweetie. Hey sweetie. Hey baby. You know you're spoiling the child, right? But that's your first grand. That's the first DJ, you know.
That yes, there's
Sakari and Jordan it wasn't
no.
bothered.
This
We gotta groom this one.
This one.
We gotta groom this one.
This is
DJ Rose right here.
This is her.
DJ Rose.
DJ.
So I want to let y'all know that we've got some campaigns, some political campaigns coming up. Today, Maxwell Frost opened his office on Colonial Drive here in Orlando, and Max is going up. He's going to be the first millennial or the first Gen Xer to be in Congress because we know he's going to win. So he's going up for the seat, I think it's District 10, for the seat that currently is being held by Miss Val Demings. That's Max. And today for the new office opening of the office, I just said the same thing twice, didn't I? Everybody's coming down as far as media, including MSNBC, and your girl is going to be in the house as soon as the show is finished. Today also, Miss Sandra Fatmi Hall, she's running for District 2, Commissioner for District 2. And guess what? We have a new entry in the race. Miss Karen Green has decided to run for her district. I am not going to say what district it is just yet because everything will be launched on Monday. But Karen Green is running for that particular congressional seat. And we have to make sure all our Democrats win because guess what? You don't want the Republicans to take control because right now Ron DeSantis, I refuse to call him a governor. Do you see what's happening with him and this Don't Say Gay bill? How all these young people are just totally protesting, which is a fantastic thing because DeSantis has been running away. And doing whatever he wants in the state of Florida. And these young people are showing him, hold up, wait a minute. But right now, let's continue the music. And on the other side, we're going to talk a little bit about the Claremont Jerk Festival that's coming up on June 4th.
So I pull up on it, hey. I wear your wine back on it, hey. Put your hands on the hip. My girl love jam little bit, hey. Don't hold back on it. Girl I love when you bump a dip, hey. You had the thing that is grip, and all the man that want it, baby. I want you walk up like Rihanna. Walk up, I want you give me the thing now. Just give it, baby. When you rock back on it, I want you give it.
Getting ready to tell you a little bit about the Claremont Jerk Festival. The Claremont Jerk Festival happening on Saturday, June 4th, and we will be on location once we can, make the proper arrangements as far as the internet and all of that. We will be on location at the Claremont Jerk Festival on June 4th. All right, so we got, hey, guess who is going to be leading? He's just going to be the how you refer to it as the lead act?
In what?
The show.
The
main artist is gonna be none other than Mr. Nati Ramuta. I was listening to his new song. Do you have it?
I do believe so.
I like it.
I have to search for it. Forgive me. I do believe I have.
I like it. And right behind Nati, we're gonna have Island Vibes Band, John Truth, a Reflex Band, Rick Purnell Elvis. He's an Elvis impersonator. Lake Steel Orchestra, which is youth, all our youth. And there's going to be a parade, an island parade. So this will be on June 4th, Saturday, June 4th, at the Waterfront Park in Claremont. That's 103rd Street, Claremont, Florida. And it's free. Did you hear me? Free. We want to thank our iTunes radio listeners. Thank you for tuning in every Saturday when we do the show. And I also want to thank our Soca Passion radio DJs, Soca Passion radio listeners, as well as Island Beach Radio. In the meantime, what you got?
What you got?
Yeah, man, what you got?
What you got? Let me see. Right now, I have,
what you got?
How about this? Let me see if I put some energy into this. Let me put some energy into this.
What is this?
Splash! Body wet up, wet y'all, where the man them prefer. Drip drop on a wine and bubble. Body wet like river, baby. Splash! Body wet up, wet y'all, where the man them prefer. Drip drop on a wine and bubble. Body wet like river, baby.
Keep standing in my way. Thank you for giving me the hardest days. I will take it all, yeah, gladly. I don't need to be liberated. Your oppression is all that I need. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, yeah.
Have to bring on the show.
Give me your
now, what you're listening to right now, that is Ineasy. He was our guest on the show last week, Saturday. Phenomenal music. And it's a new EP that's going to be launched, I believe, this week coming here. And we want to encourage you to go out and get it. Go find him on IG, the official Ineasy. That's Inezi. Fantastic music. Also want to remind you that Marv Monty, he's got some really good music too, as well as the kid we had on 2 weeks ago. I'm going to try to remember his name just now. So, listen up, April 10th, in Tampa, Florida, returning to Eden downtown for the third MVP Day Party, featuring the Bahamian Ambassador, Overdose, alongside DJ Spinatic. Cody, you gotta help me with this one. And DJ MC Vibe to bring you all the vibes. All VIP hip-hops, high tops, and sections are already sold out. And the last batch of GA tickets remaining. So visit their website at www.mvpdayparty3.eventbrite.com.
Say you need a nemesis, I'll be it. Yeah, I'll be your enemy, I'll be your enemy.
also want to encourage you to remember to check out the music of G Wiz. That's G, the letter G, WHIZZ, because we had him on March 26th. Another phenomenal talent. And of course, Marv Monty, we had him on the 19th. Okay. Let's see. So today we're going to have Mr. Leston Paul. Next week is Mr. Brian Jordan. I also this month here is Autism Month, and we will have a guest on next week. Just found out about him this morning from Mia Ullman, that I really think you'll need to hear his story. Okay? And on the 23rd of April, none other than Miss J.C. Ludge, and then I head home for 2 weeks. When I come back on May 14th, we're going to have Chucky, followed by Richie Stevens and Style OG on the 21st. And so we got some really good shows coming down the pike, including Wingy Danger on June 4th, Casey of Precision Production on June 11th. And I'm not going to mention who the guest will be on the 18th because we're still trying to confirm him. But in the meantime, we got some really good guests. Now, if you know someone, I was about to tell you who should be on the show. Your cousin. You like that song he got? I love it.
I know what you're doing. Good morning.
Way. You know who's our next one? From VI.
Okay.
Scrooge. We need to bring him back on the show because he's got new music also. 2 phenomenal local artists, and we tend to not pay a whole lot of attention to our local artists because familiarity sometimes breeds contempt. But we gotta stop that stupidness, because look at what they did to blacks. They didn't realize what they had. We didn't realize what we had until we lost it. And as I was saying to Cole earlier on, I sure hope that blacks has some music that he didn't release, and they could release it for 2023. But in the meantime, he has left us such a legacy, because check it out, right, Code? The funeral procession. You see, all of that was black music. From the Queen's Park, Savannah, all the way down Frederick Street to Independence Square. That's black music, and they still didn't play a whole lot of it because some of the songs they were playing in loops. Okay? Like Mashup. I love Mashup. Spread Your Hands and Let Go. I mean... What is that? Oh God, help me! It's a something. Schussman code.
Well, I trying to pick up where you're going with
this. It's a ranking thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just have to love upon our entertainers. And I was listening to his sister during the eulogy, where she was saying in her own way that when you big up an entertainer with you play their music, or the press is just doing some really good features on them, that is not enough to tide them over. Because remember when COVID-19 hit early 2020 or mid 2020, the entertainment industry took a massive hit, not just in Trinidad but around the world. And people were starving for music. They were starving for for situations where they could go out and sit down and listen to live music and stuff like that, go out and party. We didn't have carnivals 2 consecutive years, 2020, 2021. By the way, you see Tobago going to have their own carnival October of this year.
About time.
It's about damn time. Okay, all they could have all their own carnival without Trinidad. Okay, so I'm looking forward to that. October, I can't remember the date, but look out for that, please. And support. In the meantime, in between time...
Wait, before we go.
What?
You still don't have given proper respect to
who?
Supreme Court Justice.
Oh! But we were bigging up KBJ since, people been loving up on her and bigging her up. But let us pay respect to the new Supreme Court Justice KBJ, Ketanji Brown Johnson. Is it Johnson or Jackson? I think it's Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I just go KBJ for short because it's a long word. Just as long as Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah.
Okay? KBJ.
KBJ.
Madam Justice, thank you. You're paying respect to our ancestors. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. A wonderful, overqualified addition to the court. You endured all those blinking questions last week. You rose and you excelled and exceeded. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And congratulations! The autism activist that we're going to have on the show next week, in addition to Mr. Brian Jordan, just got his information. His name is Marcus Boyd. He is an autism activist and such a fitting guest for the month of April, where we celebrate autism. It's a difficult mental health concern. I don't even want to call it mental health, because there are three basic levels of levels of autism. There's mild functioning, moderate functioning, and high functioning. Mild, if you are autistic and you're mild functioning, they can't even speak. If you have a child that's I'm saying it all back to front. Severely autistic, they can't even speak. You, as the parent, you will have to do everything for them. And I know a couple parents that have children that are autistic. And Marcus obviously is high functioning, and I understand he plays multiple instruments. And I think next year he will be featured, or every year they have Black History Month and all of that. Okay, so he's one that will be featured not just on a local level, but on a national level. He's originally from the state of Georgia, but we'll get a chance to hear his story next week. I gotta say this though. Listen to this. He's been through 16 foster families.
Wow.
And 6 group homes to get to this point in his life. Wow. He's been through, he suffered a lot of trauma, and we will hear his story next week, Saturday, as we celebrate Autistic Month, which is April. Autism Month, I'm sorry. Okay, what are your thoughts on who won the Grammy Award for reggae? Come on, what are your thoughts? By the way, Mia Ullman, thank you for the connection to Mr. Marcus Boyd, who will be on the show next week, Saturday. What are your thoughts? Say it now. Say. Do you see who else was in that category that they disrespected?
Mr. Gramps Morgan. But all right, so I have the logical side of my brain, and I have the asshole side.
Okay, let's start with the asshole side, and then
the asshole side is like when you say reggae, you think of a nationality, you think of a culture. All right, and you think of Jamaica.
Yep.
Okay. So like saying best soca album, and it's some dude in Illinois that you've never heard of. You'll be like, you know nothing about.
Okay, but okay.
That's the asshole. That's the asshole.
That's the asshole
That's
side.
the asshole side.
Okay, all right.
So, so we associate, a genre by,
with a people.
To a people, to an island.
Okay, and let me touch on that before you bring the logical side. When you okay, Pressure Bus Pipe. He's not from Jamaica. He's from the U.S. Virgin Islands.
That's correct.
A lot of people think that he's Jamaican by the mere fact that he does he's damn good at what he does.
Correct.
And he was also, how before they get to who the Grammy award itself, you work up to the nomination process. And we knew two people that were part of that nomination process. I-Octane was part of it again this year, okay, as well as Pressure Bus Pipe, and he wasn't chosen. So I listened to that song from that group. What's the name? What's the name? Whatever. I listened to the song.
No disrespect to y'all, but
you listened to the song?
I heard the first song.
I'm like, what the ass?
And
is
it's like
that's pseudo reggae.
I thought I was playing it backwards.
Okay, so what's the logical side to what you were saying?
So the logical side is that reggae, like any music, is an art form, and if you sing it, you should be and you're good at it, you will be rewarded at it. For instance,
okay.
Eminem.
Yeah, but
Eminem is a rapper.
Yeah, but Eminem.
He's a white rapper.
Yeah, but Eminem's music is boss.
No,
come
but
on.
you have to,
did you listen to that song by that group?
Hold on. I'm thinking logically now.
Forget the logic. Did you listen to that song by that group? See what? I asked you if you listened to the song. This song is a piece of shit song. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you listened to one song. Did you listen to the whole album?
I don't want to listen to the whole album.
I didn't listen to the whole album too. So
and you have Grant Morgan. You have the whole nomination process. We had I-Octane, Pressure Bus Pipe, and that's all it could decide on. That's like, okay, if they actually did have a Soca a category, and you have people like Kes, Marshall, and all of that, and then you kick all of them to the curb, and then you bring somebody like some watered down version of Hot, and you say, okay, the award goes to you. It's like, come on, that's disrespectful, man. It's disrespectful.
Exactly.
And I don't care how people spin it and say, well, you need to be open-minded. No.
Well,
I don't need to be open-minded.
You have to be open-minded. No, but be open-minded, but respect me in the same light. Don't just
disrespectful.
You send a best reggae album and you call them up and everyone is looking around like,
okay, Graham's gonna get it.
No,
I can't remember the name of the damn group.
It'd be like,
who is that?
Who's them? And you know what it is? No disrespect for all, but who voted for y'all? I like to see one who nominated, and I would like to know who voted for y'all. Because, okay, did you vote for them and didn't you listen to the other albums?
They don't care. And, coincidentally, there was some long conversations that I've been seeing leading up to this where they were saying that reggae needs to take themselves out and go have their own show. And I know there are a couple shows or award ceremonies or award shows that are happening right now, have been happening for a couple of years. But of course, as a singer, as an entertainer, you look up to the Grammys as, okay, this is the pinnacle of my success. But when they're disrespecting it like that, you need to take your action someplace else. I'm just saying. And before we go into some music, let me just let you all know, if you don't already know, the Oscars have penalized Will Smith by banning him for 10 years from attending the Oscars.
It took him that long to get nominated in the first place, so
he's been awarded. This is not the first time he won an Oscar.
No, this is the first time he's won.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, he has. He came up again almost 10 years ago.
You sure he didn't get a support actor?
No.
We're going to Google that. He's won before.
He's been nominated, but this is his first win.
And I say, boy, you go and divorce that piece of shit wife you have. Because I never liked...
I just muted you. I just muted you.
Okay, I'll be nice. Okay, so let me say this.
The man married man married who he married.
Okay, and I'm going to say this for all the people out there that think the same way I do, because there's many of us.
The man married who he married.
When he first got married to her, I'm going to be honest, I thought, no, she's not the right choice. It will not work. And so said, so done. And right now, did you see that she kicked him, she threw him under the bus and said he had no right to slap Chris Rock? You see that?
Yep.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so she is just throwing him under the bus. And they say that he's now, he took some time away and he's now at a rehab or some kind of center.
A rehab for what?
Dealing with the stress.
What?
Dealing with the stress.
What?
So that's the continued fallout.
Take 2 shots of Johnny Walker Black and you're good.
Because again, that slap wasn't just about Chris Rock. It was everything that he's been going through, and Chris Rock was the target child that particular night. Even though he did say some things in earlier award shows that just was like, oh, funky. But anyhow, enough of them. All right, that's still rich people problems, kind of, sort of. So, what we going with? Mash up the place right now. No.
So woman, you make me cry. Never you hurt me, never you
Voicey.
You are the woman of my dreams, girl. Don't even know what you say me. Girl, I wanna spend my life with you. No matter how busy, I'll make time for you. Say for the thick and thin, man, I write for you. And if it's never know you why you get that from you. Girl, I love you for you. You never pressure me. Girl, I swear you were sent for me. And I was good without you. What you made me a better me. Is you give me the melodies. And it could take on the royalties. Cause you have been dancing away. No one dancing away. Your love just makes me feel like just dancing away. You have been dancing away. This thing just makes me feel like I'm ready, yeah. I'm ready. I'm your life if ever you need mine. You're the woman of my dreams, girl. Baby, I love you forever, yeah. And I wanna give my time to you. Every morning I'm a vibe with you. Empty conversations, but life with you. I wanna spend every night with you. But you tell me now, you say the apartments and no buy no car. You say invest in rest, build an empire. And when I don't give back to need it more, girl, I love you just for that.
Be a DJ, another type of DJ, the one that does the ones and twos kind of DJ.
The 1 to 2s, what's that one?
That's that turntable thingy. I'm the other type of DJ.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm a DJ.
You're a DJ. You're a disc jockey.
Yes, I'm a DJ.
You're a disc jockey. You're not a DJ.
Yeah. What's the difference? It's not the same?
A disc jockey would do this. Press a button.
Isn't that the same?
A disc jockey just press a button and just keep going. A DJ will select, mix.
Oh, so that's what you're doing, man? Okay. All right.
Don't go ahead, you're gonna make me chill.
Now I understand the clarity of it. I am not a disc jockey.
No, you are.
How come?
Oh, you're an MC, you press a button.
I prefer the MC part. Don't tell me that. Okay, yeah, I'm a DJ. Yeah. We'll get into
the formalities later on.
So once again, we want to say thank you for listening to us on iTunes Radio, where versatility is just the bomb diggity. You know what I mean? I want to prep myself for, at the end of the year, I really need to follow through and do the Caribbean jazz segment, because, you know, that is a genre that's definitely missing on the airwaves, you know, here in the Caribbean diaspora, because Caribbean jazz is just, I mean, it's so sweet. It is so sweet. So, can I get Song the Horn by Blacks? Because we're leading up to, we coming down the, well, I didn't see, what's his, wait a second. I don't see Leston in the waiting room just yet. So maybe I might have had to give him a call. But, sound the horn, tell them Blacks coming.
The power of the music, killing it. The power of the rhythm, killing it. The power of the lyric, killing it. They can't refuse it, killing it. The power of the music, killing it. The power of the rhythm, killing it. The power of the lyric, killing it. They can't refuse it. Sound the horn, tell them Blacks coming. The power of the music, killing it. The power of the rhythm.
And this song was written by Mr. Star George, who is also my songwriter.
The power of the music, the power of the rhythm, the power of the lyric, they can't refuse it. Sound the horn, tell them that's coming. And when we reach the party, mash up the fight band, turn up when they call my name. Sound the horn, tell them that's coming. And when we reach the party, mash up, I'm the brand new sheriff in town. From out I call up my name, and they give them ball like they gone insane. I come from humble beginning to the humble man, I will always remain. I make them dirty and breathless, they get puffy and they get breathless. Tell the oil, tell them contestants, that's the cat is twist. Sound the horn, tell them that's coming. And when we reach the party, mash up the fight band, turn up when they call my name. Sound the horn, tell them that's coming. And when we reach the party, mash up, I'm the brand new sheriff in town.
Push it back on me, wind it back on me, jam it back on me. Don't afraid to give me the bumper. Push it back on me, wind it back on me, jam it back on me. Don't afraid to give me the bumper. Early morning we out on the road, that body girl wine out of control. No time to be shy. Push back and roll. Press your bumper, mash up the bass. Give me a wine, girl, one little taste. If the wine is police want a reason, give it to them. It's wine and season, yeah. Push it back on me, wind it back on me, jam it back on me. Don't afraid to give me the bumper. Push it back on me, wind it back on me, jam it back on me. Don't afraid to give me the bumper.
Girl, I love the way how you rolling, yeah. The way you bubble and flexing, yeah. Girl, I want the arrows and hands up, yeah. I say you can't get enough of you. Like you have a fever, triple it. Swinging like a 40-foot trailer. Walk it, shake it on the drum, come it, spread the up, blast it, come with it.
Push it back on me, wind it back on me, jam it back on me. Don't afraid to give me the bumper. Push it back on me, wind it back on me, jam it back on me. Don't afraid to give me the bumper.
Can you sleep for this? I can see your hand, don't say something. Forgive me on my waist. Baby, push back, baby. Sugar, my darling, feeling the cooler. I could handle you, baby. You know your body sweet as wine. The way you roll your waist is amazing. Ooh, you set this place on fire. Can't pull it, ooh la la la. Can't pull it, ay ay ay. Can't pull it, ooh la la la. Can't pull it, Sugar, you can spit in whatever you like. It is my pleasure to meet one of heaven's delight. Woman, there is no feeling like your body and mine. Treasure in your melanin.
Baby, you, girl, wherever you are, whatever you do, stay the way that you are, wherever you go. Yeah, what you're contemplating on, don't hold back at all. So free up yourself and just let go now. Girl, come off your phone now. Make that bam bam roll now. What you waiting for? People coming down from all over, just a jump to soca. Come a little closer, and I love you totally.
Just want you to know that today the campaign office of Maxwell Frost for the congressional seat for District 10 opened today on 34 East Colonial Drive in Orlando, Florida. And it's going to be, well, like I said, Sister Girl, when I leave here, I'm going to be heading over there. It started at 1 o'clock, so by the time I'm done here, I good to go. All right, so he said it wasn't sent. So while Code takes care of all that good stuff, just want to remind you that it's a beautiful Saturday right here in Orlando, Florida, or wherever your location is, and that the fact that you were able to swing your legs off the bed and get up, most of you, is something to be cherished, is something to be thankful for, and it's a blessing. So right now we're waiting for Mr. Leston Paul to climb into the waiting room. In the meantime, in between time, Code Red, run the thing now.
Guess what? She pretty than you, prettier than you, sexier than you, girl. When one door close up, another one open. So don't you worry, 'cause right now I'm floating. I have my new girl, and she's so supportive, and she always like it by my side. She love how I'm moving my body when I sing. You got to teach me, Mr. Trini, how to get that swing. Put a cent piece in your left pocket, 5 cents in your right, 10 cents in your back pocket. Play the outside side, in front, under your bed, stick a dollar. Now count if you want to learn. I explain to her, cent, 5 cents, 10 cents, dollar, cent, 5 cents, 10 cents, dollar. Come again, cent, 5 cents, 10 cents, dollar, cent, 5 cents, 10 cents, dollar. She says she don't like the pace, we going too slow. She wants to walk up she waist, so raise the tempo. Cent, 5 cents, 10 cents, dollar, cent, 5 cents, 10 cents, dollar, cent, 5 cents, 10 cents, dollar, cent, 5 cents, 10 cents, dollar. When I thought she had enough and she can't take the grind, she ball, forget the small change, give me big money, wine,
Mr. Peters come in the fence, looking for somebody to rope. But like woman was hard to get, until he bumps up with belly low. And in front everybody, he was trying to jam she. When she told her she asked me, why you harassing me? She said, if you can't get a woman, take a man. It's the only solution. Take a man if you're feeling for somebody in the party. Why don't you take a man? Bim bim bam boom bim bam bam. Take a man. Bim bam boom bim bam bam. Take a man.
I bet Jean to dance, she back up on me. I tell her she not do that, woman, not do that. She back out on me inside the party. I tell her she not do that, woman, not do that. When I talk you wouldn't hear, like the break up in your head. If you action you want, you have to face me and run.
So in doing again the research to have this conversation with Leston today, and he should be coming into the waiting room pretty soon. I didn't realize that Delawine was one that he arranged.
I didn't realize that too.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a huge song here in the United States. I mean, not just the United States, but the Caribbean diaspora, Europe, all of that. I mean, it's a huge song because everybody, that's how they teach you. I remember when I used to work at Epcot Center, because we did 3 years at Epcot on the Junkanoo bus, where we were the #1 show for 3 years. And that song was part of our repertoire. That's how we taught the tourists and them to wine. You know, that's what the song is about. So it's He did Nanny Wine. He did, you look at the list I sent you?
Mm-hmm.
He did Nanny Wine. He did, phenomenal. So, going to have that conversation with him pretty soon. And, again, this is a man who I feel should be called Dr. Leston Paul. I don't know if he's already gotten that handle. But we have a tendency, again, to not cherish our entertainers, and not just our entertainers. Our entertainers are the ones that pretty much we target as far as not being appreciated. But there are a lot of people within our individual communities that are not appreciated for what they have brought to the table, for the things that we do and see and use on a daily basis, and they've never been given their props for it. But again, the entertainers are the ones that we kind of look up to. Blacks was one of them. I keep going back to Blacks because that's the most recent one. Not Winston Devine, the other one. Was it Winston Devine? No, not Winston Devine. There was another one that died a couple years. No, I think he died last year. Who was the one that died before Blacks? That's Kenny J. We lost him. Remember? Parang Soca?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
But there was one that we lost after Kenny. Before Blacks. And it'll come to mind eventually, but I'm not saying that we're going to lose Leston. No, I don't want to put any goat mouth on the man. I'm just simply saying we need to take care of our gems, okay?
I always say give them the roses so they can smell it now.
Yep, time is going, so let me reach out to him again because he had said he hadn't gotten the link.
Okay.
But I resent it, so let me reach out to him.
Let me go, spring garden on fire. You know Peter's ran to fire, but run from water. I heard that Soca blazing down on the highway. So I had to go and help all them people down there. You don't want me to go, but stand there and ball. I ain't missing this thing at all. Spring garden a coming. I stood at home and heard how you're burning. Spring garden a coming. All the traffic blocks, so I'll be running. I'm coming down with me, Soca to fight fire with fire. Spring garden.
Good afternoon. Can you hear us?
Yeah, me and you?
Yes,
Okay, now
and
let
we
us
would
see
love
you.
to see you.
Yeah.
There's a little camera button on that same.
Yeah, the little camcorder button at the bottom of the what you
The
call it?
Zoom?
The Zoom link. Just
I'm not sure if
click
you're
on
using
it.
a phone or a laptop or.
And okay, there you go. You just took it off and then you put it back on. You gotta take it off. There you go. All right, there you go. Hey, Leston.
How are you doing?
I am good. I am good. How are you doing?
I'm good too.
It's
That's
nice.
a lot of work and time.
It's nice seeing you. I know you're in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you all in the process of recording something?
Yeah, we're doing some mixes and some projects for the Carnival on the islands.
Which particular island?
Antigua, St. Martin, Barbados as well.
Okay, so that's crop over. And we were talking before you came on, saying that Tobago is now having their own carnival celebration in October, which is long overdue.
That is something that we was looking forward to for some years now.
Oh yes,
So,
I don't know why it took them so long.
Yeah, it took so long, but it's here.
Better late than never, right?
Better late than never. Mm-hmm.
So before we go into the questions, a code sent me he texted me. By the way, this is DJ Code Red to my left.
Afternoon.
He texted me last night. He was like, ask Leston if we could get a list of all the music that he's done. And I was like, I initially sent you the question, and then I was like, you know what, let me go do my little fact finding thing for myself. And I am so happy I did, because there's so much about you that I did not know. And also it helped me to understand that, and Code made a statement earlier on, people like you, we take you for granted.
Yeah, until the time come when they put us in a box.
Yep.
Yeah.
When we lost Kenny J, I'm not saying that you're gonna die. You got a whole lot more years on this plane of existence. But when we lost Kenny J,
all of us are gonna die. So it's not an if or but. So maybe, but it's when.
It's when.
We talking about decades down the road, all right? but I'm like, when we lost Blacks last week, and that's one of my questions actually, it just resonated all over again. So I'm just saying that, have they started calling you Dr. Leston Paul yet?
What's the reason for that?
You need an honorary degree. I realize that you...
Honorary degree?
Listen, Leston, I know you're humble. Okay, you're one of the most humblest people that I know of, and I mean, but let me be real. Your contribution to the art form, from as way back as I think was late 80s?
Late 80s come up, yeah.
Come up, Come on now. So I'm just saying, okay. So let's.
I think there are other creative ways to honor people and honor them in a way that whatever you give them, it could be used while they're alive.
While they're alive.
I'm not buying into the doctorate thing with that one day thing with a thing on your head, and then you go around saying I'm a doctor. I don't see the sense in that really. But say what?
Well, I'm beginning to agree with you.
I'd rather be practical here.
I'm going to agree with you. And I remember when we were listening to the eulogy with Blacks, his sister as well as his children shared some, their thoughts. And one of the things that she said was that, it's not enough when you have DJs playing their music, but she was referring to the press. She was like, it's not enough when the press, getting all these big ups and props from the press. Entertainers need to be given something that they can use, something that will last, something that actually shows that you're thinking of them, which goes hand in hand with what you're saying there. And I agree.
Yeah, well, you one of the smart ones that endorse the same thing I've been saying, because I look back and I look back at those who got it before, and some of them is my friends, some of them are my colleagues, and I ask them, what is the benefits here, and they can't answer me.
No, they I'm sure they can't, because there is no answer for it. There's no answer. You can't come up with an answer. But I just want you to know that we're probably not going to finish on time with everything that we want to talk to you about. So there's going to be a part 2. So just letting you know that, okay? So let's start. How important was a formal training in music to your advancement as a musician? How important is it?
Very important.
Very important, okay?
Very, very important. That's something I would recommend to any aspiring person that want to get into the side of the business, The education is important. The knowledge theoretically and practically is way, way important, Especially if you want to make it a career. You know, you want to have everything covered.
And I would,
you want to have everything covered musically.
and I would think
I'm not
part,
only doing-
part of that formal
I'm not only
training
doing
would be.
one-
Go ahead. I'm
Huh?
sorry. I would
I'm
think
not-
part
I'm
of that
not-
formal training would be how to, you know, publishing and marketing and managing your affairs. But you go ahead. Let me hear what you have to say.
Yeah, managing your affairs and stuff, and the basic rudiments of music, getting into the science of music, you know, the chord structures, the frequencies, etc., etc. You know, all of that helps as you go along this narrow road to success. You know?
So I'm going to ask you, as a follow-up to that, where did you get your formal training from? And after this question, we're going to play a little bit. Code, you could pull one of his many, you know, and we could just listen to that a little bit. That follow-up question, where did you get your formal training from?
Well, it was a private tutor named Ethelene Blake that lives close to my at my crib in Currap there in Trinidad, a couple of roads down, but I used to live on Bellsmile Street in Currap. And then I did, with her, I did piano, I did classical, where I also took the grades and stuff into consideration. Actually, I did up to like, yeah,
we can see you now.
Yeah, I did up to grade 6. And then I was looking for a job. I ended up notating music for a publishing company on Frederick Street in the late 70s. And there I met Ben Romani, and then I met Mighty Duke, and the person that made a big impact to make me focus on where I wanted to be is Earl Rodney, an arranger at the time. And he was the guy that advised me that if I wanna really make something out of the music industry in Trinidad, I should take up arranging, which was kind of lucrative, you know.
Okay.
So I decided to take his advice, and that is what I do up to now. Plus the other parts of it where I publish, I also write as well.
Well, actually, I need to let everyone know that the gospel song that we opened the show with at the top of the hour, which was 12 o'clock, was from Miss Tamika Jackson. Did I say her last name? And that was a song that Leston arranged. And now we're going to play. Well, Code is going to pull one of your songs, one of the many songs you arranged, and we'll talk on the other side.
Every time you turn and you twist up inside, you feel up my heart and you feel up my pride. You have my head feeling like an upside down. You have my body hurting all around. Pour your creative juices over me. Mash down my walls and set me free. When you touch my bubble, you touch my soul. There's not another you in this whole wide world. Cause I have a weakness for sweetness. Weakness for sweetness. I have a weakness for sweetness. Weakness for sweetness. Some people say that I'm a diabetic, but this is only one life to live, so I'ma live it. So don't throw no words that knock on the door. Cause never have I felt this way before. Women always stop to say I'm obsessed. Men always tell me that I'm truly blessed. Tell them that I love everything that's nice. Sugar cane, lollipop, pineapple, and spice.
I mean, we could go on and on, right?
But yes.
That was just a
You
taste.
know I could go on.
So Leston, next question. What album was the most stressful to work on, and why?
It was Arrow.
You remember that? You gave that answer like it happened yesterday.
Why was it stressful?
Yeah, I could feel it in my bones.
Why was it stressful?
I could answer that question before you asked.
What made it stressful? What obstacles did you encountered in making that album?
Well, that time I was younger than I am now, and there was a lot more demand, And also studios wasn't easy to record and as how you record now. So it was like studio to studio to studio. And at that time I used to arrange for a lot of people. And when I had to work with Arrow, I had to go to Montserrat. And I had to spend time in Montserrat, which used to be taking up a lot of other artists' time. And some artists would be waiting for when I come back. Those who couldn't wait, I used to arrange the tune on the phone and direct the music from on the phone.
Are you serious?
You know, and there's so many things that I could talk about being stressful with that, with those Arrow sessions, you know. But there was some good that came out of it because I'm being able to live comfortably because of a lot of work that I did for him.
Yeah, because the
Publishing
the royalties for Hot 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 is still jamming. You know, was it just that one song? It was the whole album.
No, it was the whole album, and it was not only one album. It was a lot of other albums. That was just one of them.
Long time we not felt like this. You did that one too.
Yeah,
Raise your hand if you want to jam. Damn.
Right. I even did the Tiny Whiny thing to it Barrenly.
So all that is residuals that's still paying itself over and over and over.
Well, the residuals come in indirectly. Yeah, indirectly meaning from other artists that I got involved with throughout the Caribbean area and throughout the other islands and countries. That's still up to this very moment today. The work that they bring is because of the works that I did before.
But question, because this thought is going through my head, because I know as far as publishing and all that, as a musician or as an entertainer, it's best to have your own publishing company where whatever is produced, you could at least get a percentage of it. But with regards to this song, Hot Hot Hot, and all of that, as an arranger on the project, do you get residuals from that also every time that song plays? Or is it just as a songwriter or the publisher?
No, well, I wasn't the publisher of the works, neither was the songwriter, but I was the producer. And right now, my contacts in England trying to work out something where that is concerned. Because I wasn't too knowledgeable about the music business at that particular time. You know, so we were just doing things, you know, randomly and haywire. We wasn't really looking out to see or to know what the business aspect of it was like. But Aaron knew the business aspect of it.
Yes,
and
I had heard that.
I don't know if I should let out the secret, but a lot of those songs that Aaron name is on as writer, it's not he that wrote it.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that on another.
We'll talk about that another time. Yes. I had heard a long time ago when I used to be performing a whole lot at Disney years ago, that Arrow's sense of business was on point. You know, I had heard that because the drummer, he used to play drums for him, Rico Anthony.
Antigua.
Yes, yeah, he's one of my buddies. Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, that's my partner, man.
Drummer, man.
Yeah, he's a damn good
drummer. Yeah.
And I had heard all the stories from Rico, you know, so there was a lot that I knew.
Yeah.
But next question. Do you think that you have compromised any of your earlier dreams as an arranger? Do you think you've compromised? Oh, that's a nice one. He's playing. Oh my goodness. Okay, before you answer that, Leston, let me bring it up a little bit.
If you're sleeping, wake
sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry.
So Leston, that was a sweet one though. But back to that question. Do you think you've compromised any of your earlier dreams? And the reason why I ask that question is because when we're young, we have all these dreams, you know what I mean? Do you think you've compromised any, or you think you've always been on point?
I would say half and half.
Half and half. So we nosy.
Yeah.
We nosy.
Yeah.
Which one? Which dream?
Well, there was something I did with Kool and the Gang back in the 90s. Yeah, in the 90s with Barbara Hernandez. The track was All Night Tonight. That was a track that I wrote. I started it from Trinidad, and then when I went to New York and I got together with them, we did the other part of it. And that was one of my big projects, personally. You know, some other works that I did, like for Kitchener, works that I'm very proud of, especially the Pan in A minor.
Okay, just now. Code Red is going crazy at the side here. I want to go back to the Kool and the Gang. How did you compromise or not on that particular work? And then fast forward to the last one you said, which was Pan in A minor. How was it a compromise?
Well, what I had in mind when I left Trinidad, I had to get into the funk of things, because the rhythm and the rhyme back home was different. Even while I was putting on the percussion, I remember at the studio in Sheepshead Bay out on Long Island there, the iron that was in the song, it was making the song too busy. And that we had to take out. We had to take out a couple things, well, to make the song get more air and breathe. And it's something that I see a lot of the new producers in soca music now doing. Everything cannot be running at 16th notes. You know, you got to take time and let other instruments inside of the production get space and breathe. You know, so I learned a lot from that session too, also in terms of background vocals. You know, coming up with lines, coming up with horn lines in the studio itself. You know, I used to like do it the way that we all do it before, write the horn charts and come in the studio and do it. But when I met them, actually we put on the horns in Manhattan, a studio called The Ranch. And no charts were written. And when they came in about 10 o'clock in the morning, because they had a show somewhere in New York, they had a show that night. And the next day they came in and no horns wasn't written. And the guy just said, play the track and we must get lines coming. And that was new to me. And I even used that same experience to do other works like that.
So wait, they didn't have the tracks, so everything was done on the spot?
The horns, the horn lines was done on spot.
What song was that now? Let me go back and take a look at it when I leave here.
Yeah,
what song was that?
You could go up on YouTube and get it. All Night Tonight.
He going and look for it. He going and look for it. Okay, yeah. And then with Pan in A minor, I had heard you play that before, but for some reason,
it in classic.
It did. Yes, I heard the classic version.
A classic version, yeah.
But you arranged it for Kitch?
I arranged it for Kitch originally, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so let me confess. I'm one of those people, Leston, that I'm sorry but I'm going to be honest. I'm one of those people that took you for granted.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize.
Well,
I apologize. No. I apologize.
no.
Because no. Let me say this. Let me finish my apology. Because I have known you for so long, and that's something that we spoke about earlier on, that sometimes familiarity breeds contempt of a sort. And because I had known you for so long, I just assumed a whole lot of things. And I am so sorry.
No, there's nothing to be sorry for or apologize. I mean, we wouldn't know everything as we trod up along the road of life, and we all learn by experiences. And we all learn, about people by the history and stuff. And I mean, what you didn't know, you know now. So according to the guy, you didn't know, now you know.
Now I know. So I had no excuses. And you know what? That's one of the reasons why we do this show, Leston, to invite and interview people like you, because one of the things, who we had on, Lord Realtor, we had him on about a month ago. And it was important for me to have that and to bring him back another time, because I feel the youth coming up, there's a lot that they don't know, including myself. And I feel that these shows are recorded. We're live on iTunes Radio. It's going to be heard again later on this evening on Soca Passion, which is out of Houston. And then again tomorrow on Island Beach Radio. It's live on YouTube. So there's so many opportunities that people could listen and hear back. So that way they can't say they don't know who's Leston Paul. They can't say, well, we don't know what he's done, what he's currently doing. So let me stop talking a little bit, because I believe Code has a couple things lined up. So Leston, when you arrange, do you hear some of these things in your head, as well as you've already written out the score? I mean, what is the science that goes into this?
Okay, the science that goes with that is once you're involved and you're entrenched with music 24/7, music becomes like a part of you. It's like oxygen. All the things that you need in order for you to live. And music is just one of those things. And I went through the whole thing of playing music for choirs, playing music for churches and stuff, and involved in bands. And then listening to a lot of arrangements helped me also, because I used to listen to everything on the radio. It ain't a tune that passed me by without listening to the instrumentation inside of the music. From we talking about here, from TV ads to music for film. I listen to everything. Whilst people may be listening to tunes for them to dance, I'll be listening to the production part of it. The instruments that playing, what they're playing, the violins, the cellos, I will be listening to those things. So in terms of that tune that you just played for Kitchener, the introduction came about when I was arranging a tune for a guy from Guyana. And it was a minor tune, and it was in A minor also. And I realized I might be wasting my time arranging for this guy, because I don't think he would have made it. he was just one of those guys that, that he loved music and stuff. And at the time I was doing some work by Cage Studios, and the time to arrange this tune for this guy. So I put on this arrangement for him. Right? And I gave him it, and he sang his tune and stuff. I say, you see that piece of arrangement there?
Wasting it.
That too good for him, boy. And then Kitchener came with this pan in A minor thing.
Uh-huh.
And I say, you know what it is? I got to take back that piece of thing that I gave that guy and put it in this tune. And that is what exactly I did. That everything that's work.
So you took it from him and you talked to Kitch about it, and that's how that relationship with regards to this song, that's how it happened?
Yeah, well, I didn't take it from him, I took it back. You understand?
Yeah.
Because when I heard Kitch Pan in A minor, man, I said, wow, this is a bad tune. And you know what will go good with this? That piece of arrangement that I'd give that guy
put it at the
to
top.
start his song.
Yeah, man. So
that would happen.
We're gonna have to schedule you to return to the show because we're already at the 2:00 hour, and I don't want to hold off too long on that. So can I text you some backup dates later on when I get home, and let me know which one works for you, because your volume of music is large.
Astronomical.
And I haven't even gotten through half of the questions. Mm-hmm. I got a lot of questions.
Astronomical.
You know what I mean? Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's all right. That's okay. But it wouldn't be, it might be now or next month or so because of the workload. So you just text me and I'll organize.
Definitely.
The time is free.
Probably around July or August.
October.
July, August, that is a peak time too because that is Antigua, in the midst of Antigua.
He's saying October.
Antigua is Trinidad. It's Trinidad time. So the ending of August,
that might work. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll text you some dates because I think September is wide open as well as August. So I'll text you some dates. You got first dibs, and just let me know which one works for you, and we'll go into part 2. And you'll have to come on earlier in the show, so that way we have at least 45 minutes to have a conversation, play some music.
Before you go, my memories of you and your music is the J&W record label. That yellow and
the JW
compilation. That's how I know.
And we got to talk about the New York connection too. There's so much stuff we got to talk about. So we'll see you at the end of August into September. Leston, Paul.
Okay.
Have a blessed one. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
Okay.
And you're welcome. Where's this one?
Wine your waist, mama. Wine your waist, papa. Wine your waist, mama. Wine your waist, papa.
All right. We have to go. Before I while up. Good night. We have to.
That ain't right. Anyhow, y'all, thank you for tuning into the show today. Thanks to our contributor, Mr. Kevin Amoroso. We are live on iTunes Radio, but you can hear the show later on this evening from 6 to 8 p.m. on Soca Passion TX, and tomorrow on Island Beach Radio from 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. My name is Lyma Dunbar. This is DJ Code Red. Y'all enjoy your weekend, and thank you, arranger Leston Paul.
Bye-bye. I ain't even to look.